Some people speedrun video games. I decided to speedrun a transit system, that being the Washington DC Metro. The rules are fairly simple. Visit all 98 stations as quickly as possible. You don't have to get out at every one, you just have to be on a normal train stopping at each one. I decided to give it a shot, so let's see how it went.
I like trains.
I started out at Shady Grove Station on the Red Line. My first phase of the plan would involve me riding the entire Red Line all the way to Glenmont.
We have made it to Shady Grove.
I boarded my first train not long after, but it would take quite a while to leave the station.
Hopefully the door's closing just a bit.
A few moments later.
Step back, doors closing.
Here we go. After several minutes of waiting, we were finally off. While we traveled down the Red Line, let's talk a bit about my schedule. With my plan, I would be able to finish in 7 hours and 15 minutes, which would beat the record by 7 minutes. The current record at the time was 7 hours, 22 minutes, and 23 seconds. I had boarded a Red Line train earlier than I had expected to, so I was ahead of schedule for a while. At Shady Grove, a sign I saw said there would be delays on the Red Line and every other line was on time, so I expected to be totally fine. My route was pretty atypical compared to other speedrun routes, but I was pretty confident it would work. Just over an hour later, I was pulling into Glenmont. I was expecting to have to transfer to another train, but my train just turned around.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
I was back on my way, this time to transfer to the Green Line at Fort Totten. About 15 minutes later, I was at Fort Totten and it was time to transfer to the Green Line. I would be riding it up to Greenbelt.
What's up, sir?
I didn't record it, but my train just turned around like it did at Glenmont. And just like that, I was off to Branch Avenue. We came into Branch Avenue pretty slowly as there was some kind of work going on by the tracks. I again got out thinking I would have to transfer to another train, but again, my train just turned around. I did get in a different car though. The next phase of my journey would have me going back up to L'Enfant Plaza to transfer to the Yellow Line where I'd ride it down to Huntington. For some reason I didn't record any of it, but I did record my transfer at L'Enfant.
Okay. Pulling into L'Enfant. It gets to the other platform. There's a Yellow Line train coming in just a few minutes. I gotta get down. Crap, that's up. Time to go.
I don't know why, but in the video it looks like I'm going really slow.
Okay. We made it here.
12 seconds later.
Just a little bit later there was a Yellow Line train, so I got on that and it took me to Huntington.
Opening on the right.
Okay. Coming up on Huntington. Supposed to be a 0-minute transfer. Yet we're taking the frog. Is there a train there? Crap, there is. Doors are open.
Opening on the right.
Please stay open. I don't see the display boards on though, so... Open. Open. Please. Okay. The transfer really didn't have to be that tight though, because I had to wait another couple minutes for that train I just boarded to leave. Anyway, the next step would have me going back to King Street Old Town to transfer to the Blue Line so I could ride it down to Franconia Springfield. I didn't really record the return trip back because like nothing happened, but I did record a bit at King Street Old Town. Here comes the blue line.
This is the Blue Line train to Franconia Springfield. When boarding, move to the center of the car.
We're en route to...
We stopped for a bit on the middle of tracks near Van Dorn Street.
It just said there is a train in the station ahead. Move on, we will move shortly.
And it happened again when we were pulling into Franconia Springfield.
Okay, there's a train right there. Leaves in 10
Doors
minutes.
opening on the left.
The next step would have me riding the blue line all the way to Largo. After a really long wait, our train was finally pulling away from Franconia Springfield on the way to Largo.
Doors opening on the right. Transfer is available to the yellow and green lines on the upper level and to the orange and silver lines on this level.
Why are we holding? Hit the 5-hour mark. I need to catch a bus.
Now originally once I got to Largo, I was gonna take the bus to New Carrollton, but since the blue line was so delayed, I missed it, so I had to take the metro over to Stadium Armory and then to New Carrollton. By this point, I was sure I was not going to get the record, but I was still confident I would get a decent time.
At Stadium Armory.
This is the Blue Line train.
Orange line.
I then had to wait about 5 minutes for an Orange Line train. We held for a little bit near Cheverly. Of course we did.
I'm at New Carrollton. This is the time.
After about 40 minutes, I arrived at New Carrollton. My train just turned around and I was on my way to Vienna. Here at Vienna, I would transfer to another train going the other direction, so I could go back to East Falls Church to transfer to the Silver Line. But this would not be quick.
Thank you. Leaving 9 minutes. Fine.
As you might have heard me say, I had to wait 9 minutes for this train to depart Vienna.
Just got off this train at East Falls Church. Now we need a Silver Line train. And then after that, we'll be done. How long we gotta wait? I think just
6 minutes, does that say? Okay. My final train to Ashburn. Yippee! I'm almost done. I'm definitely not getting the record though, not even close. After an 8-minute wait, my Silver Line train to Ashburn finally pulled in.
3, 2, 1, and I missed my predicted time.
Doors opening on the left.
3, 2, 1, and I have failed. It's fine.
This is Dulles International Airport.
We're currently pulling into Ashburn. Our stopwatch out. So
Doors
stop.
opening on the right.
Okay. Stop the train. And we're stopped. Okay, now.
Doors open.
7 hours, 53 minutes, and 57 seconds. I'm officially done with the speed run. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I need to go to the bathroom, and then I'm gonna try and get home. And that was that. 7 hours, 53 minutes, and 57 seconds of nothing but riding the metro. It was honestly a pretty good time considering I used 0 buses, since I was planning on using 1 and I didn't even use it. I actually talked to someone within the community and they said I was the first person to ever submit a DC run with no buses. Am I on the leaderboard? No, at least not yet, and if I was, I'd be 11th. So what did we learn? I don't know, I just got really lucky. Will I ever do this again? Maybe when the purple line's open. So basically, no.